position of visiting, especially I need to visit the palace of Omusinga.
Actually, not only that you are Westerner, but you are Ugandan. You are not bad from going to any part of Uganda and any part of East Africa because we are members of this community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So welcome on our live show with our Honorable Winnie Kizza. The one, so far, the fact that I came to know her a given percentage, I may not define it, when she was a member of leader of opposition in Uganda. Wajojo byegwanga. Oh!
Kisa kya Mukama.
Wayogeranga ekigambo eki empale ne zikankana abantu n'engamba ki ekiddako. So, welcome on the show. We're going to have live interaction. We shall mix the languages. Luganda, Luzungu, Lukonzo. It's so long as part of the country. We shall make sure that everyone is part of us. So you're welcome on the show. Mama, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ahebwa.
Thank you so much for accepting being part of us on the Flashlight Channel Uganda.
Thank you too.
We really appreciate your time. We shall go direct. Of late, you've been out of our eyes, out of our thinking sometimes. There is one of my friends who told me, I wish Winnie was part of NUB. I wish she's now in active politics. So, Chewakola, you let the world of Uganda missing you up to now. But we are happy you are back.
Thank you. I want to wish our viewers and our listeners a happy new year. Want to thank God that who took us through 2021, and I know the same God will take us through 2022. And I pray that 2022 brings us joy, brings us peace, brings us happiness. And I want to say, yes, I took a break from politics. Unfortunately, many of the Ugandans who are not accustomed to stepping aside when time comes had mixed reactions about my leaving the stage. And each one of them saying, why at this time? Because I would now ask, when would be the right time
to leave the
place?
Yes.
My issue was, I've been telling people that it's not right to overstay in power. It's right for you to leave the stage for others also to play their part. And that has been my issue with President Museveni. By the time President Museveni came to power, I was in primary 6.
Jesus Christ.
But now you can see I am now capable of also showing up as a presidential candidate. Now to tussle it out with a man who came to power when I was in primary 6.
Jesus Christ.
So I said, it's better to walk the talk. If you have been telling people that it's not right to show the way, and I tell people that I believe in politics of handing over to another one when you are still loved, not that you have to wait until they throw you out of office. I believe in the politics of nurturing others. I believe in the politics of mentorship, so that all of us can be at the same level. All of us can have an ownership of our country. And that systems must continue working, not that a system should be clogged around an individual. Uganda is definitely bigger than any one of us. And therefore, Kasese is bigger than Winnie. I was not going to be the alpha and the omega of the issues of Kasese. We are so many people in Kasese, over 1 million now. And so when time came for me to leave the stage, I said, yes, let me leave the stage. And like you said, you have been aware and people have been missing you. I said, yes, I will take some rest from politics. And I said, I am not going for elective politics as woman MP for Kasese this season. So I went and improved on myself.
But we still, the world was wondering.
Took on a fellowship at the National Endowment for Democracy in Washington. I had to concentrate on studies. So people kept saying, you know, Winnie's lost, Winnie's absent in politics, I can never be part of the 7 market system where someone will just say I'm available now for takeover. No, I'm not a bunch of matoke to be bought. And someone cannot kill over 150 relatives and people that you represent, and then you come to him and say, man, buy me. Will he replace the blood of the people that he wasted? So all those speculations, I just ignore them, because I don't have any right to stop people from thinking the way they think. But as long as I believe in what I do, and I know that I can never at any one time be bought by anyone, I will do the right thing as and when I feel it is supposed to be done.
Wow.
And therefore, to those Ugandans who wish me well, I want to thank you. It's your prayers that have kept me moving.
Amen.
I decided to take a break, but I didn't just only take a break. I went to improve on myself, to rejuvenate, so that when I come back into the trenches of the changes in Uganda, I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
So I am done and I'm back.
So I also add my applause, congratulations that you're back wherever you've been, and kulika ebitabo byobadde osulanga otunula booti
webale
kansubire nti n'okomyonga president waffe gwe tusuubira akadde akatomula.
My dear, we can talk about that as comrades in the struggle for change.
Yes.
We can keep talking about it, and it's not about noop. You know, you said people bali bakusubira ngoja mu
nako nagala imanyi nti nno ajjako mu no.
Nengamba nti kyo ekituufu ate ekirungi kiri nti ffena tuli mu struggle.
Yep.
Aba noop, aba Alliance, aba DP, aba FDC, n'abalala bonna forces of change ziri nyingi. What I only want to say is that we need to learn how to understand how each one of us operates, so that we don't give chance to the enemy to penetrate us, or to allow the enemy to use some of us against the struggle.
Absolutely.
We need to harness each other's capacity and capability for this struggle to be successful. There is no single individual who will claim as having been the champion of the struggle, and therefore the struggle revolves around that single individual. Each one of us has a block that we put towards the struggle. And so I can still put my block wherever I am in the Alliance for National Transformation. I can still lay my block to the change that we deserve, and the change that we so much desire. So I will work together with my colleagues in the NUP, my colleagues in the Alliance, my colleagues in the FDC, the colleagues in DP, whoever is interested in change. And as long as they are genuine, I will work with them.
Those are not genuine, aside.
Well, I don't know, but at least I know how to gauge the persons who are genuine.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Well, I'm so happy to see you once again, and I also appreciate that the world has been missing you, and let's pray to God that God may our all God continue using her to be the right woman we knew before and after and also currently. Because there's this one time a statement you said, waliogenda kasese nebatanko ku blocking. I think they blocked from China, things of that kind. So netugamba banako omukazi atati abiduduma chichi neba kulyoka bakusikane gamba badako. But all the same, we'll be back.
Thank you so much, and there is nothing I will fear as long as I know I'm doing the right thing. Era nali ngenda kasese ne bangamba togendayo. Nenebuuza banange kati ne kasese ogendayo weetaga visa. There are some parts of the country that became a no-go area. I still remember I went to Hoima. I had gone to Masindi. I went to Masindi to train some women, counselors to train them on women issues. RDC ne battalion ye yona nevayo.
Winnie ayingidde
Masindi ne ngamba banange kati netaga visa ogenda mu district center ne kasese wange genzalibwa. Era I am a leader there. Okugenda kasese era nabo netaga visa ne ngamba kati ndowooza. 7 yagala kungamba tufune passes etwe ze twekavingira mu ggwanga lyaffe tugambe nti kati kani nange kano kange bw'aba akayingiddemu nange mugambe sebo toyingiramu nga toyina visa kubanga ekyo kiba kyetaaga okukola ggwanga ddala. But I want to say that we shall continue struggling until God says yes, this is the right time for you to get the changes that you need.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. Now let's go on our second point of the day. Mama Winnie, the one who is known the former leader of opposition, Katindabako Mathias Impuga.
Yeah.
Yazembigere byo. Aha. Kale, tugende out. Mama, one thing I know, you're also a former teacher. Obadde waliko mukyalo omusomesa.
Yes, sebo.
Amanyi being a teacher what it means. Amanyi what education is. Aya tuteka abana ku ssomero. Despite that nowadays our education system is compromised nowadays. Kakati abana bagenda kuddayo mu masomero. Ekisokera ddala nti abana abangi tebagenda kuddayo nadde ab'obuwala bazadde. Ekyokubiri incentives teziriiwo government ezifuddeyo okuziddiza masomero na abamu amasomero gali ku loan gazimba. The government has not bothered to help its people. You as the former teacher, as the former not former politician, as a politician, at the same time as a mother, what would be your advice ku baana ab'obuwala n'ab'obulenzi abatagenda kuddayo kusoma? Government yali bakoledde ki? Tertiary institutions eziteekemu kugamba bizibu.
So it's so sad nti twafuna ekirwadde kino ekya corona era ne bakiyingizamu ebyobufuzi ekintu ne kitufokera ekintu ekibi ennyo era kyo kibi kubanga tewali bulwadde bulungi naye ate era if it is handled well you can always manage.
True.
There are so many other pandemics that Uganda has handled without necessarily messing up the education system. But we thank God that the schools have once again opened. Nabadde mu kwabo ababadde bavumirira obutagola wa masomero gaffe. And still the children are still going to school. And they have improvised ways within which the schools can operate. So ndi musanyufu nnyo okulaba nti abaana baffe bagenda ku masomero. Naye ate era ekizibu ekiriwo ng'omuzadde kwe kulaba nti abasinga obungi tebagenda kuddayo ku masomero.
It's bad.
Naddala baana abawala, baana b'obuwala abasinga obungi during the lockdowns, they were abused sexually. Majority of them may not see a chance of going back to school. Kubanga kyemanyi tulina abazadde ababanga they are being forced to educate their children. So omuzadde nk'oyo omwana we bw'afuna okukemebwa back to school kubanga to him or to her is equally a child in some cases.
Yep.
So they are babies going to start a new life, a family, which is very, very unfortunate. We are going to have a family of two babies taking care of now another baby that they are expecting. And I'm very sure with our system in Uganda, there is no way to appear that this child they are going to give birth to may also never go to school.
Like the father and the mother.
Like the mother and the father. And so I am seeing that our country, we are going to have a decade that will be wasted in terms of education.
Omulembe ogw'abasomye ng'abaana tebasemyo. Naye ng'abaana
baabwe nga tebagenda kusoma. Two, we still have a problem. I don't know when they opened and they said yes we are going to have automatic promotions. Tubadde tulina classes naddala abaana bali bagenze mu P7. Abagenda mu P7 in 2020. You know we did exams in 2020. Results zafuluma. Abaana bali supposed ogenda mu senior S1 in 2021. 2021 tebagenda mu S1. Now during 2020 there is a class eyali mu P6 nga bagenze mu P7. Yaliwo ne bagenda mu P7 ne basomako ndowoozo ba yali 2 weeks 2 oba yali myezi 2. Kati bagambye nti there will be an automatic promotion. Kati weebuuze bali abali mu P7 they have not started
S1.
S1 bachali waka masomero gagenda kutandika, they are going to start S1. Now abo abali babadde promoted to P7, they are supposed to automatically be promoted, because even those who were in P6 are supposed to be automatically promoted to P7. So the other P7, yali P7 officially, bo bagenda wa, are they going to be automatically promoted to S1? But if they are going to be promoted to S1, what about these current S1s now? The ones who had
they also
qualified.
direct promotion to S2.
Now, the teachers, the head teachers had done, they call it selection. They had done selection. Students already have admissions to the different schools where they are supposed to start. Kati abo abaana bali bayina, those who have been admitted to S1. Tucha bayina mu maka.
But today
they are going to start on the 10th. Kati now bana ababadde mu P7 tebanakola bibuuzo bya P7 naye bagambye nti waliwo automatic promotions. Kati bano nabo, are they going to be automatically promoted to S1 nga tebanakola PLE or what? Or ababadde mu P6 bagenda kwegatta ku bannaabwe ababadde mu P7 tufune P7 zibiri oba bano bonna tubabale P7. Ebyo bye bizibu byendaba. Ekyo kizibu kiri ne mu S4. S4 eyakoma kutuula, they sat in 2020. So the S4, the ones who were in S3 in 2020 had gotten promoted to S4, but they have never sat O level. But now these ones who were promoted to S3 are now automatically promoted to S4. My question is, are they going to join their colleagues, or the colleagues will automatically go to senior 5? So we still have these gaps.
Bunches of classes
that are unsorted. With the problem of our children getting pregnant during COVID, majority of them going to miss out on school, majority of them having married the boys, some of them possibly have even lost parents and they now see no future ahead of them because the ones who are taking care of them, possibly they have died of COVID. But now we also have this problem that is going to be created by the system. Government saying there is going to be automatic promotion because our children must continue to the levels where they are supposed to be. But there is this problem now. The ones who are supposed to be promoted after doing a serious examination, primary leaving exam and the PL and the senior 4 exams. Where are we going to put those ones? Then we also get back to the pronouncement that the science teachers are going to get an enhancement in their pay.
Science teachers,
katino tunula. Tulina aba science teachers abali mu government schools. Those ones, it is automatic, it's a given. Government has said they are going to get. But we have science teachers who are in the private schools. Private schools jukira zibadde ziraningira kuki ku mabanja, loans. And I was so shocked and so sad when I heard the Minister of Finance saying they can sell them off.
That is Matia Kasaija.
Matia Kasaija said they can sell them off, let them turn them into bars. But these investors are trying to answer the unemployment question. Because all these people graduating from the so many universities that we have here, let's even talk only about the science teachers. Government is not going to accommodate all of them. So those who have invested in education and are building schools are taking up our teachers. We want to thank them. But it is like they are competing with government.
Yes.
Government doesn't want to enable them to give quality education because it is the same Ugandans that they are educating. If they are giving a service and they are helping in answering the unemployment question, paying some teachers, it is still the Ugandans that they are paying.
This is
so
serious.
When you come up with a blanket increment of pay, science teachers are going to be enhanced, which is okay. Though we also still believe that the arts teachers are equally doing a service. It is not only science that is running the country.
Not
if you
at
are
all.
improving the pay of teachers, improve the teachers' all at a go.
Not
Because
on one section.
Not only one section, because even those who are doing history, they also go through the same system of education. They pay the same amounts. But if you are saying you are enhancing only the ones teaching science, okay, you are doing it in government schools. What about in the private schools? I know the private schools will not be in position to pay the 2 million that government is going to give to the teachers in the private schools. And yet, if the private schools closed, government is not capable of employing all those teachers that they are employing. So my request would be to government that possibly wherever there is a science teacher, whether in a private or in government, they all pay them. So we can say that the science schools are into the private schools on secondment, recruited by government and seconded to the private schools, so that the private schools can also get that as a relief. Remember, they have nowhere they are getting money to pay the loans. They were mortgaging the payments from the parents, which has not been done for the last 2 years. If the schools are to be taken, government must come in to redeem
God knows Uganda
these people.
now.
So there is still a lot that needs to be done for our schools to be safe, for our children to be safe at school. You are not going to see our children being happy, because many of the teachers who are teaching now the arts subjects in schools, first of all, their hearts are not okay, since their counterparts, the science teachers, are getting a better pay than them, and yet they are being subjected to the same conditions. There is no condition that is easier for an arts teacher than the one that the science teacher faces. So if we want to support science and we are serious about it, let us just do it across board. There are these schools that are also private, teaching sciences, and you see that the students who go through those secondary schools are also doing well in terms of science. Yes, support them.
Ne mama kambuze kechibuzo. Olowooza tulina ministry erimu abakozi abali under Ministry of Education nga be bakola babitegeera oba bali accidentally.
Well, some of them, I think, babakozi bamanye be bakola. Naye bali overwhelmed. They have been overwhelmed by the system. When you have a system where people cannot be advised, when you want to bring your, will I say, your technical advice, bakulaba ng'omulabe toyagala gwanga lyo lwakubanga oyogedde ebintu ebiyamba eggwanga naye nga tebisanyusa mu matu g'abakulu. That is the Uganda we are in now. You must speak whatever you speak, whatever you think, even what you dream must be in the interest of Kaguta and his family. If you were to say now the education system should go like this, ye Kaguta never makage kubanga bwengamba his family, his wife is the Minister of Education. Isn't that family?
It is a family.
Yes. So you have to speak what sounds best in their ears, but not for the good of the Ugandans. So a system like that one, a system bwe bange tandise kuloleza ku anachiwulira atya bwe mba nkyogedde, how will he hear it and how will he interpret it? And therefore me as a person, what will be the benefit that I get? Will I be sacked? Am I going to lose a job after giving this advice or not? There are some people who are withholding their kind of advice that they would give, which is technical.
Sure.
I still remember Hilary Onek telling us he advised when they were building a dam on River Nile. And he said, you know, when you build a dam here and you build another one here, the power supply will go low because the water will not be sufficiently used. And they did it. It collapsed. Ugandans had to pay an extra money. We had to go for a loan to sort up that mess.
But they were advised
The
before.
president insisted. You know, the 6th parliament, up to now, he has never forgotten. The 6th parliament became taboo saboteurs. They did not want us to give people electricity. But Museveni did the thing because I had to correct. He corrected it on Ugandans' money, borrowed money. So even this system that we are killing now, the education system that we are killing, it is Ugandans who are missing out. It's Ugandans who are at a loss. it is Ugandans who are going to face the consequences of this. So I would want really to advise that as we continue taking our children to school, the parents first of all should take it upon themselves to see that they monitor. Those of us who are used to putting children in schools and we forget until the end of term, this is the time for us to wake up and be closer to the teachers. Understand how your child is progressing in school. See whether the child is doing well. And also the schools that have been rejecting parents from seeing the children, I think this is the time for you to ensure that a parent who wants to see their child, they are allowed to come in as and when they feel like coming in. Because now we realized that by the time we had the lockdown, children came with some sickness. Some of them had COVID, and the schools had not told the parents. So let the parents and the teachers work together. The schools should ensure that they are working in harmony with the parents. And we see how we sort out these messes.
For sure.
Our government should sit down and rethink the strategies. Even when we have opened the world, we have opened up the school system, we have opened up, we should be able to answer now these questions. Where are we going to put those who were in senior 4? Where are we going to put those who were in P7? As we are telling those who were in S3 to automatically get promoted to S4. Are we going to have a combined class so that the ones who are in S4 will continue being in S4? I would also encourage them to give more money to the inspectorate department. The inspectorate department of the Ministry of Education should receive more funding so that they can do more and more of the inspections than they have been doing before. It helps when teachers know that the inspectors are coming into the school. But the kind of facilitation they have been giving to the inspectors has been wanting. Now that we are going to open and under serious conditions, the inspectors should be now more relevant than ever before. Even maybe reaching an extent of opening up some committees. The school management committees and the PTAs should be now in a position to do their work more and more than they have been doing it. The PTAs should sit more often, but that also calls for some financial injection from government. So government is not going to pay just like it has been doing to the schools. Okusasula curricular activities and mutekeyo bitano bitano.
Tebija kola in a situation where if you really think, and if they really think that COVID is as serious as they have made it look like, they should also be ready to spend money to control it in the schools where our children have gone. And that's what other countries have done. They have ensured they create systems that enable a smooth flow of information, and ensuring that when the children and parents are getting into the schools, there is a system that will ensure that everything is okay. Absolutely.
So I want to call upon also our government to ensure that they make it safe for our children. Yes, we should open. Actually, the economy should open so that people can begin looking for money. They start working, and we go back to a normal life. We should find ways of knowing and learning how to live with COVID. Because if it stays for the next 4 years, shall we die of hunger?
No.
As we try to control COVID. So let's open up the economy, and then we continue now talking about let's do it. For sure. Everybody can work. Let people be given the right information at the right time, and let's not politicize everything.
Yeah.
Because when you say these people should not congregate because of COVID, and you are leaving the others to congregate when there is COVID, then you are making it a little bit uncomfortable. Churches are constrained from meeting, but we are seeing politicians going to churches where they have invited everybody.
Yes.
And they are meeting over 1,000 people, and then I ask, where there is a bigger politician of government, there will be no COVID. So let us be sincere and genuine in handling the issues to do with the pandemic. But it's so sad and so heartbreaking that many of our young girls really may not see themselves completing school because they have become pregnant. I would also request the government to allow these young girls and boys to go to the technical institutions that are in their neighborhoods.
Oh.
Yeah.
Both primary levels and...
Bana babadde mu primary sikugamba nti lwakubanga they are now pregnant, they are stupid. Oba lwakubanga bafunye emputo, then they may not necessarily think after they have delivered, either they allow them to get back into school, or there is a specific program that is getting them out of the villages and ensuring